Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody, and welcome to the Tri-State Traffic Show here at 7:15 on a very early Thursday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live on YouTube and Facebook this morning. Come join the party. Again, subscribe and like it to the YouTube channel as well as the Facebook page. It's going to be the next 24, 36 hours are going to be fairly challenging around the tri-state area, and it's all weather related. Obviously, holiday travel is in full swing now. Today, tomorrow, obviously, Christmas Eve being on Saturday. So, with that said, here at 7:16, we're going to go right to the weather centre. These are the graphics, I should say, from one Mr. Jon Rocco. So let's put in our sponsors here at the bottom. Going to get the show off to a screaming start here. So right out of the gate, I want to do this weather because this is going to be the most important thing, like I said, over the next, say, 30 to 36 hours or so. Comment section, I'm going to open up that in just a quick moment. But let's see here. Sounds a bit muffled. Oh, we did it again, didn't we? Let's see. Of course it does.
This thing at it, Alexander. First of all, she says, "Good morning." Good morning. Sounds a bit muffled. How does that sound, Alexander? Any better? Thank you. Thank you. I don't know why it. I don't understand why it changes the microphone. Like I can go. So does this sound normal? Because if it doesn't, I can restart the mixer. Let me let me do that. Let me restart the audio mixer. Oh, there we go. How about now? Pam, Anna, do you hear me now? It's a nice soliloquy there for a while. I think I'm back now. I think the StreamYard somehow it muted my. Don't ask me why it muted the microphone. Wow. So I've been. Oh boy. How does that sound? Anna, Alexandra, Pam, let me know. I see the meters moving here, but I believe that the mute button was checked off on my little window. So I think we should be back in business. So let me start again as I talking to myself many a times. All right, so eastbound 78 local lanes east of the Parkway out by 56. Go with the express lanes if you're going to be out here through Summit, Short Hills, Milburn, Springfield, Union. Coming off of 24, go with the express lanes instead. Is going to be the easier ride. Anna says they can hear me. Yeah, exactly. Blame the squirrel, right? Absolutely. Hopefully they're hibernating for the winter monsters. So east on 78 is all jacked up. As I was mentioning here, I still don't know how the mute button got pushed. I honestly, the thing is so far in the left hand corner. Uh, I wouldn't even know how that got pushed. Anyway, so as I was saying before, the fact is that if you're watching us in Cranford, Garwood, Westfield, Clark, Kenilworth, Union, Springfield, really it's point south, even towards Colonia, Rahway. If you're using the Parkway to go to Newark Liberty, save the toll, and get off of Route 22 and exit 140. Save the $2 instead of paying for the Parkway toll there to get on 78 and head to Newark Liberty there along eastbound 22. Will be the much easier ride. As we widen it up, some of the private schools and so forth, they're off for the rest of, honestly, the rest of the year. Public schools are still in through Friday. They have a half day on Friday. So, yeah, but I have a feeling some parents are pulling the kids today, tomorrow. Uh, Pulling the kids today, tomorrow, and heading out of the area. So, our volume is definitely down. There's nothing going on here at 80, 78, Turnpike 195. A little bit slow here along 55 at the 42 merge, but really that is about it. Ben Franklin Bridge starting to build a little moderate volume into downtown Philly, but that is typical for this time of the morning. Cape May, Route 9, 347. Again, these are the first areas to feel the impacts of this storm here probably in the next hour or so, give or take. Um, you know what we can do? We can go to the radar O'Reilly. 7:32 is our time. Good morning. You're watching the Tri-State Traffic Show, Facebook and YouTube. Welcome. You can see already some showery activity here right along the Delaware Bay coastline of Jersey out through Wilmington, Delaware. Just starting to populate there along the turnpike. Fact is, we've got cameras there, so let's do that. Oh, turnpike. Let's see by the bridge. I don't see anything falling. I don't see anything wet there right now. We're okay so far. This is probably not even hitting the ground. It's probably another half an hour. Not even that. That will start to populate. A little soggy in Salem and Pennsville, but that's about it. All right, so let's go back to the maps now. Let's go to New York City. Let's bring in the city incident pages. Dial that in. Let's see. Prospect approaching 7th Avenue, a crash. Found on the Cross Bronx. There's that issue up there by Sheridan. Preston Kennedy on the approaching Terminal 8. Watch for a crash there at the airport. Okay. So buttons. East Staten Island Expressway, you still kind of can't win here. Heavy getting off on the Verrazano. Upper level east onto the belt is going to be crowded. Inbound Gowanus and the belt merge here, getting through Industry City is heavy across the top of the world, heading all the way up into the BQE out to the Brooklyn Bridge. That's going to be a solid ride. Let's go to the city cameras, see if we can find our issues here this morning on the Prospect Expressway. Dial that in. We're not going to see. There it is, way off into the distance. That's the inbound side of the Prospect. Or by 7th Avenue, we've got a crash there being cleared, and that's going to be right in this area, Prospect Park. So just be careful getting on from Ocean Parkway onto the Prospect. Okay. Let's widen this map up just a bit. Take a look at Brooklyn, westbound belt at Flatbush Avenue. That is going to be busy. Van Wyck here over by Hillside and Atlantic Avenues. That's crowded. West on the belt, we're heavy here. Out by Kennedy, again, be aware of the crash there. Out by Terminal 8. North on the Cross Island is busy, coming up from the Southern State. Midtown Tunnel is good. Southbound FDR Drive, that's a little bit busy here at the RFK. Triborough, west on the Grand Central's heavy at LaGuardia. North on the BQE, pretty tied up here getting into the Grand Central. West on the LIE, both ways here at the Fairgrounds is a solid ride. Kind of what else is new, right? East along the LIE at the Clearview. That's going to be busy. Upper East River crossings. I like the Throgs Neck better than the Whitestone. West of the Cross Bronx is heavy here in 3rd Avenue, southbound Bruckner. Normal drill getting onto the elevated section out to Willis Avenue. And let's bring in the let's see here. We want to go up to here. That's heavy. Looks like there's something going on to the zebra stripes here out to Jerome Ave. The other issue out at the Sheridan, I believe, is now, well, that's the ramp. I believe is gone. Let's see. Ave. Arthur Ave. Webster Ave. Yeah, it's just kind of coming down the hill here out through Jerome Avenue. Okay. All right, so let's go out to Long Island. You can see for the most part we're in good shape. Let's go to the Long Island incident page, dial that in. Not seeing any records found, so that's good news. Southern State West here out to 135 is heavy. LIE, a little crowded here at 135. But everything through Nassau County looks good. North on the Sandy Coast Parkway, just north of the Southern State, is a little bit slow. LIE, Sunrise Highway is fine. East along Sunrise Highway, Southampton, Watermill, Bridgehampton, that's going to be a bit busy. So, we got with Connecticut now. 7:39 is our time. A couple minutes here. We'll do another check of the forecast. And, pardon me, it's a water bottle. So, let's see what Connecticut has cooking. Basically just delays in Norwalk, 1613, 75. Merritt, 4038. That's about it. Traffic is really down here this morning. Again, people are just getting away. They're just heading out now. So Bridgeport is fine. Trumbull on the Merritt is good. 8 and 25 also in good shape. Route 7 is clear. It's just here from 16 down through 10, 9. Then really 8 through about 6. Take a look at Lower Westchester. Let's bring in the incident pages here for the Hudson Valley. See what we've got going on. 22 northbound at Cricket Hill Road. A broken down vehicle on the Sprain, southbound north of Ardsley. Okay. So let's see. 287 looks good. The throughway, Route 100. That is going to be fine. 287. I mean, the throughway is good. Tappan Zee. Rockland, Orange County, Route 684, Port Jervis, 23, 94. Again, it's going to be tough for the road crews to, it's going to be very difficult for the road crews to get out here in brine or salt and sand because it's all going to get washed away later today. So if there was that break in the window, as Johnny said, with the precip from, maybe this time tomorrow morning through, lunchtime, give or take. They may have a chance to get some brining and some salting done in some of the really hot spots before the back end of this thing could certainly put down a little bit of a coating of snow. Maybe it is enough to stay on the ground until Sunday for the white Christmas. I think the cold temperatures, we're not going to be above freezing until like Tuesday. So it could be a white Christmas for some. 684, 22 Katona. Everything is good there. Okay, so let's bring in transit now. I don't know if, Alexander, you're working from home this morning or you're in the office. Only imagine tomorrow or even over the weekend trying to travel by train and being on the platform is going to be absolutely brutal. But nonetheless, NJ Transit is on or close to schedule. And let's take a look here. Path alerts, 9th Street and 23rd Street stations closed nightly from approximately 11:59 to 5 following maintenance and periodic cleaning. Amazing. Look at this. I mean, it looks like they just freshly waxed the floor. Wow. Okay. That is good. Let's go to the MTA. 7:42 is our time. We've got local to express southbound BC trains running express 145 to 125 while we address the switch problem near 145th Street. Okay. That's all rolled into this, so you may wait longer for southbound A and D train while they share the tracks with rerouted trains. Let's go to the rails this morning. Metro North is good. We have some delays in the Far Rockaway, 637 from Atlantic Terminal doing Far Rockaway at 7:34, 10:15 there. Long Beach branch, Atlantic Terminal, Long Beach, 7:36 operating 10 to 15 minutes late due to late train that required police assistance. Okay. Fun, fun, fun for everyone. Let's see here. Let me bring in the radar again. And again, you can see the weather is just the rain is just knocking on our door here. Let's do this since it's fairly clear here, and we may want to go. Let me do the weather first before we get involved in this. Okay, so let's bring in our weather headlines here. Okay, my microphone is not muted. I don't happen when I put the slides in the first time. 1 minute. Just hang with me. 1 moment. Hey now. Hmm. 1 second. I think we're going to. It's going to be. I think I just found some gold here. Gold, Jerry. Gold. I say gold, Jerry. Gold. Okay. So let's take a look at our weather here this morning. Conditions going downhill. These are from Mr. Jon Rocco, president of the Weather Watcher Group, Weather Watcher Club at Rutgers University, New Brunswick. The students are on their holiday semester break, so Johnny is jumping into the weather driver's seat, so to say, for the next couple of weeks. So we thank John for the forecast. The weather headlines today: conditions going downhill later this morning and this afternoon. Heavy rain and gusty winds through tonight into Friday. Rain showers still around on Friday, and then the drastic temperature drop could potentially cause an icing threat. So far this morning, no rain for the most part. Southwest Jersey, far southwest Jersey right now. South of Philly looks like it's slowly getting some light showers. But for the most part, tri-state area is cloudy conditions. There's your morning commute in green lights, but this evening, 4, 5, and 6 in red lights. Just awful. Please, if you can, stay off the roads. We understand that it is a very heavily traveled day today, tomorrow. So the storm coming in just right at the kind of the apex of the holiday travel season. So again, be careful out there. I think even if you are traveling this evening, it's going to be all rain. So temps are going to be up into the 50s. It's just going to be rain, but you still have to be careful. So here's what John is saying the impacts from this storm will be over the next 24 hours. So rain starts to roll in from the south to the north through mid-morning, lunchtime into this afternoon. Worst of the rain and wind is from late this afternoon, probably 4 or 5 o'clock into the overnight. And coastal flooding is certainly a big possibility because the moon is in that new tidal cycle as the moon is at perigee coming up to the closest point that it can just about get towards the earth. So that's really going to impact the high tides, could be higher than normal tides. Rain totals there of up to 1 to 2 inches, wind gusts of up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. Again, this is a screaming cold front that's going to coming through like the Polar Express, literally. Temperatures go from the 50s to the 40s through the Friday morning hours, and then plunge below freezing into the afternoon. Brief break in the precip Friday morning. Squall line of mixed precip by mid-morning to early afternoon, and upper single digits and teens Friday night. Feels like it is below zero. So that is your storm impacts for the next 24 hours. Now, today temps will be rising. All rise for the judge, right? Will be rising here into the mid 50s. And I wouldn't be surprised Cherry Hill or Atlantic City or Cape May later on, late this evening into early tomorrow morning, potentially 2, 3 in the morning, gets to 60, 61, 62. That's how mild and warm this air is. It's almost like a spring-like type pattern. And then this evening, again, temps don't even get below 50 in a lot of places. Like I said, there could be some even close to 60-degree marks in South Jersey with the heavy rain and very windy. So a nasty, nasty evening. Just stay in, wrap your gifts, and continue having some festive cheer. So the weather threat: showers, wind, fast falling temps for today. But then after that, the next 4 days look wide open all the way across the board. So here's your 7-day weather forecast. Love the Christmas themed graphics from Johnny. So again, 54 plunging down into the 20s Friday evening. Saturday, look at that, 24, lows in the teens, 27 on Sunday, 31 on Monday. We don't really warm up above freezing until Tuesday at 35, 39 on Wednesday, 40 on Thursday. And some of the longer range models, John has been saying that it could start to get a little milder again for the following weekend, getting into New Year's Eve. So, possibly maybe into the low 50s again for next Friday, Saturday. We'll see. So what a roller coaster this has been. Yeah, just a crazy, crazy weather pattern. So stay tuned to John's Twitter at JONROCCO WX. That's Johnny on Twitter. He'll be updating all day long. Okay, so that is your weather. We'll do the full sponsor here in another hour because the weather, I think, is the most important thing here this morning. Let me bring back in the maps. I haven't muted my mic. No, I haven't. So this is from my friends over at the Kansas DOT. And why do you say you're bringing in Kansas? Just wanted to take a look to see what we're dealing with here with some of the storm impacts. And I don't know what I'm looking at there. You can see, obviously, it's they're an hour behind us. So it's 6:46. You can see it's fairly ugly with that blowing snow. So I don't know why the camera doesn't want to play full screen. I literally just had one of the cameras here that was playing full motion video. There we go. All righty then. Let's take a look at Iowa 511. Let's see what we got. Welcome to Iowa DOT's new 511 website. Looks just like Kansas is, but for Iowa. There's got to be one company out there that does this for all the states. Fort Dodge, Iowa. Hey now. Let's see here. Oh, there he is. G-Man. Dizzle, you the man. Oh, you're the man. You the man, G. Look at this. I mean, it is just a frozen, barren tundra wasteland on 151. Anamosa, Iowa. No idea where that is. That's the eastern sections of the great state of Iowa. Let's see here now, in and around Cedar Rapids. We'll dial that in. Obviously, you can't really see anything because it's still dark, but that's pretty ugly right there. Route 30 at Edgewood Road. Ugly. Davenport, Iowa. That looks more rainy than, not rainy, but not as much of a snowy prospect. It's amazing how big Iowa actually is. It's a huge state. Home of James T. Kirk. Let's see. Okay. I guess it's updating the weather radar at the same. That's what it's doing. So we want to take that off. That's what's tying this thing up. Towing not recommended. We don't want that. We don't want unplanned traffic events. Just want to look at the cameras. Winter road conditions. Well, I'll leave that on because it gives a good indication of where we're going. Is going. Let's see, James. What does he say here? Mosa, Iowa, big vacation spot. Yeah, exactly. Is your audio dropping out or are you half alive? Yeah, I may be dialing out, bud. No, I think it's the microphone. When I stop talking for like a brief second, he kind of shuts off just to try to take out the background noise. Let's see. Anna says, any pictures of Pella, Iowa? I went to college there. You'll have to dial me in, Anna, as far as where Pella, Iowa would be. Cedar Rapids. I'm not quite sure where that is. Tumna, Iowa, which is right there, home of Radar O'Reilly. If you can kind of point me in the right direction, closer to Cedar Rapids or north, south, east, west, Des Moines, lovely Des Moines, Iowa. Des Moines, Iowa in the winter. Hugely popular. Surfing crowd. Yeah, it's pretty nasty stuff to be driving in, to say the least. So let's go back to our radar as the computer is completely just nuking here. Let's see where else we can go. Again, for instance, traffic is fairly light around our area. So Facebook and YouTube were live here this morning. We're going to 9 a.m. 7:56 at a time, 31 degrees here in central Jersey. Let's take a look at, where are we? Dial in. The thing about, the nationwide 511 system is that it's one consistent place that you can find information. We'll go back to Iowa in a second. Now, due south of Des Moines. Okay. Again, like I said, after doing this for so long, all these states, DOTs, this one looks similar to what Connecticut has or Pennsylvania. There must be like 3 companies in the whole country that do these websites. But they've got they've got the lock on this because need them. So we want traffic cameras here, and in Wisconsin, Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Let's dial in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Hey now. Oh, that kind of just looks like a little bit of just a dusting there, the grassier surfaces, but whether this will put up weather forecasts. I don't want a weather forecast. It'd be nice if they were to incorporate the temperature map on top of this. Would be very, very nice. Let's head up to the frozen tundra of Green Bay. Wonder if Green Bay is home this weekend. It's got to be brutal. Oofa to that. You're down to the pavement here, but you can see that exit ramp looks like that could be a little dicey. G-Man, remember Dice? I'm not talking about the dice. I'm talking about the dice. He knows what I'm talking about. Train wreck. Anyway, so that's Wisconsin. I don't really see a whole lot other than obviously snow on the ground. Let's go back to the Iowa 511. And Anna says here, let's see, due south of Des Moines. Okay. Again, friends, we're just trying to give you a little sampler of what's going on here this morning for some of our other friends in the Midwest. And, I don't believe we're going to get that much snow out of this system. You said Iowa on a mild winter is bitter cold. As a New Jersey girl, I was shocked. Oh, wait. What's up? Anna says Iowa on a mild winter is bitter cold. As a New Jersey girl, I was shocked that snow days from school were based on feet, not inches. Yeah. Oof. Oh, my goodness. Got to have a certain constitution in order to, But hey, look, I mean, this is where you grew up. I'm sure you take someone from Des Moines, Iowa, and put them in Freehold, New Jersey. It's going to be a different story. Probably the same thing. So you said due south of Des Moines. So there's Des Moines, and we're looking for Pella, Iowa. Where are you, Pella, Iowa? Along the interstate, Anna? Oh no, I don't see it. Take this weather radar off because I don't see it here, Anna. I know it's here, but which way am I going? Due south. So there's due south along, what is this? 25? 35. First of all, let's show that. That's fairly ugly. I don't understand why they're not in full motion. Last Chance, Iowa. Iowa. What school did you go to, Anna? Peru, Iowa. I don't see it. Hmm. Well, I guess we could. Well, Iowa. Let's see where we are. I see. Okay. I got you. It's out this way to the east. There it is. There it is. Now we found Pella. Pella, Iowa. There's one camera. There you go, Anna. Iowa 163, mile marker 44.9. Pella, Iowa. Frozen wasteland in our beautiful heartland of America. Go to Central College off of 163. Yep, just got it right here. Yep. Is that where you went to? Was Central College and you flew into Pella Municipal Airport back to Great New Jersey? There it is, Pella, Iowa. One lone camera on 163. There it is. Okay. Let's go to, let's see what it looks like around the Chicago area. We'll get back to our section. Wow, it seems like Mayor Osman, the Secretary of DOT for the state of Illinois. Got to make that a little bit easier. Maybe I'm just missing it, but Governor J.B. Pritzker got to make it a little bit easier for folks to find the dial in the traffic cameras and all that fun stuff. Layers. Gotta have traffic cameras. That's construction. So Illinois failing. This is here now. Connor says, good morning. Good morning, Connor. And yes, Central College back then, no major highway, all local roads from Des Moines. What a difference a highway makes. Yeah, right. Exactly. I can only imagine what it was like here in the 30s and 40s with New Jersey, with, Parkway just being built back in the 40s, early 50s. So let's take a look. I think I'm really pushing it here with there's the cameras. Hey now, cameras. Watch out. Snowy there. Let's go to the UP. I don't think so. Oh no, maybe I'm too low. Yeah, it's the Upper Peninsula. UP. And our good friend Darley did a show from the UP. See, that's kind of cool. That it puts up the air temperature, humidity, puts up a weather station where the cameras are. That's very cool. Look at that. Oof. Oh my goodness. Barely get through there. Okay, so we take our little tour of the Midwest of the country. Let's bring it back home to what we're here to do. Let's close out of the radar now. Or O'Reilly. All right, so let's reset here. 8:07 is our time. Good morning, live on Facebook and YouTube, going till 9 a.m. We have a broken down vehicle on 287 South here at X34 in New Jersey. So let's go there. And in some ways, I wish the New Jersey DOT would switch their servers as well, make it a little bit easier. Going south. I don't, at this point in the game, I don't see anything. Back up here. No, we're wide open. Parkway, local lane south, north of 116. Do that. Jack Road. Back over here. Camera list. Parkway down where Anna is by 116. See anything there? This is south of 117. This is at 116. Arts. That camera never works. Nice pit. I don't see any issues there whatsoever. I see nothing. Okay, and then there's a water main break both ways out through Whippany Road in Hanover to dial in. Again, it's a little bit slow here, not going to lie, because, you got to be careful with Carmelo Anthony's Barber Lounge. Weird. That is. If you're heading out to Bear here this morning for work, coming off of, 287 and going east on 10, We're now backed up through the Brookside Diner. Back to Nico. Getting close. Probably going to close in on Jefferson Road here shortly. This is where the quick check is here by South Jefferson Road. And this is actually looks like it's right at the intersection here. This is the train museum, Whippany Rail Museum, I should say. I'm going to make that U-turn coming off of Whippany Road. So it looks like it's right in front of Animal Hospital here. Been here a million times. Never remember what it is. Abandoned gas station before Whippany Road. And the Rail Museum is back that side. Amazing. This is July of 2022. This year, look at the gas prices here, $4.41. Certainly made some progress. The gas prices, no question about that. I mean, I think the lowest that I've seen so far was $2.93. But we can always check gas prices as well. Widen that up. So that's becoming a problem now. And with these temps below freezing, got a challenge on their hands, but the temps are going to be going up. So I'm sure that they're going to really, they're going to do everything they can to get this fixed before this freeze comes in. I'm sure they're going to salt and sand and do all that fun stuff. Let's go back into Newark, eastbound 78, accident cleared, both ways at 280 the Stickle. That's all banged up. Westbound Route 22 through the shopping centers in Union. People getting an extremely early start here at 8:10 to the shopping needs. Same thing on 1 and 9 through Aviation Plaza, down through Rawway. Turnpike, that is good. 78. We are fine. All the way out to Clinton. I'll actually be out this way later today. 80 Hope, Knowlton, Northwest Jersey, 1523. Again, I mean, I think, our friends here in Sussex County and Vernon, Hamburg, Wantage, Franklin, Oak Ridge, Frankfort, Sandyston, Branchville, Lafayette, Augusta, Montague, I think our friends are pretty adept to driving in wintry weather, where obviously this Northwest section always seems to get, for the most part, gets hit a little bit higher snow on average per season than obviously maybe Cape May or Gloucester County, Salem County. 202, 295 is good. Route 29 is starting to build a little volume into Trenton now. I don't know whether the Stadies have off tomorrow, if they're included, if Christmas Eve is being observed on Friday. I know they're off on Monday. That's the observed Christmas holiday. So that's that. Cape May, Wildwood, Atlantic City, Ocean City, we're fine. Let's go back to the South Jersey. I want to see if any of that rain has come in. No. That's a good looking HD camera, finally. That HD camera's on phones forever. Moving a lot of tin. Delaware Memorial Bridge. That's good. Let's bring in dot. Let's see where this rain is. We don't need incidents. Thank you very much. We want traffic cameras throughout the great state of Pennsylvania. Tom Wolf, the governor. Yasmin Gramian, Secretary of the Transportation. So let's check out Hershey, Pennsylvania. There we go. Got some snowy conditions there. Hide the legend. Region, no. Snow's coming down pretty decent clip here. Wish there was a way to make them full screen like New Jersey, the Turnpike Authority, but I digress. This is outside of the capital in Harrisburg, downtown Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. There it is, 83. Oh, this just looks miserable. Oof. This is where it gets tricky, because now you're starting to stick. Eesh. Ugly. Let's see here. Getting closer towards Jersey. Here's Reading. Dial that in along 422. Looks okay. Looks like maybe they put some potential brine down again, because I think, parts of Pennsylvania, it's going to be all snow. It's not even going to switch over to rain because, we're closer, obviously, to the ocean. Let's see now. We're that's dry. That's fine. Just trying to see what that line is here. Hamburg, Pennsylvania, by the Cracker Barrel. That's okay. Road doesn't look in great shape with the construction. But Pensy, but I want to see it down here, right on the border with Delaware. This is where I think the tri-state liquors. No, there's no rain falling either. The radar is a little bit deceiving. Radar O'Reilly. All right, so let's bag PennDOT here this morning. Let's go back to one Mr. Jon Rocco with the our weather situation this morning. So here's your weather headlines. Conditions going downhill later this afternoon, later this morning, I should say, into the afternoon. Heavy rain, gusty winds through tonight into Friday. Rain showers still hanging around into Friday. Drastic temperature drop coming for tomorrow afternoon. So just a cloudy start around our tri-state. So that is good news. And certainly volume is way down. No sun glare out there. So green lights across the board for the morning commute. Cloudy, but still dry. Evening commute, rain, increasing wind. It's going to start sometime early this afternoon, a little after lunchtime. For most areas, just a light rain, and it's going to pick up the intensity. And it's really tonight, it's going to be just a deluge of water. Here are the storm impacts that John is predicting, forecasting. So rain is going to start to come in from the south to the north through the mid-morning into the afternoon. Worst of the rain and wind is from late this afternoon. I'm thinking probably 4 or 5 o'clock, early evening. Into the overnight. Coastal flooding is possible as well. Rain totals of 1 to 2 inches are possible. Wind gusts of up to 40 to 50 miles per hour, locally higher possible. Temperatures go from the 50s to the 40s Friday morning and then plunge below freezing into the afternoon. Brief break in the precip, which could be good if that does play out, that scenario where the winds start to kick up and kind of almost like act like a jet dryer to the roads, because that could really minimize the potential for a flash freeze icing condition. Then a squall line of some snow showers. There potentially could be, a little dusting to maybe an inch of snow come on the backside of this thing come 24 hours from now into tomorrow afternoon, early evening, as the, whatever precip is still hanging around, as that cold front is just going to come screaming through the front door. And going to plunge those temperatures very, very quickly. Upper single digits and teens Friday night feels like it's below zero. Oofa. So Thursday, today, say Thursday, I made it sound like it's the first I'm hearing of this. So temps are going to be into the mid 50s with that rain inbound. And the windy conditions as well. Temperatures are steadily going to rise, as you'll see. The overnight temperatures still into the low upper 40s to right around 50 degrees on average. Again, I wouldn't be surprised that we get into 2, 3 a.m. that there could be a 60 spot somewhere in Cape May, Atlantic City, Gloucester, Salem counties, possibly maybe down getting in towards Long Beach Island. It's going to feel kind of spring-like temperatures. I wouldn't be surprised you're going to see people on social media, they'll be out there in, I'm in shorts and whatever. And then the next thing you know, tomorrow they're in winter coats. Although the cold, in certain cases can be fairly therapeutic. And I've been reading more into about, ice bath, that kind of stuff for 30 seconds or a minute. Because I usually do that when I take a shower. When I finish the shower, I'll let the ice cold water run for I usually stand under it for about a good minute and a half. And it really, really is just eye opening. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah. And there is there is definitely evidence out there that it certainly helps with a lot of certain ailments and stuff like that, but anyway, I'm not advocating in any way, shape, or form to be going out when it's chills of minus 10 degrees. I've already been in Finland where it's minus 30, and that is not fun. No. So there's our Thursday evening. Again, once we get through the next 24 hours plus, I'd say about the next 30 hours or so, we're in good shape right through the Christmas weekend into next week. As you can see here on the 7-day, 54 for today, with temps going up Friday, tomorrow, 54 and plunging rapidly. It's kind of like Wall Street, Bud Fox talking to Gordon Gekko, the stock is at $5, $5.25 and falling quickly. What do you want to do, Gordon? GG. Saturday, one of the greatest movies ever. Saturday, Christmas Eve, bitterly cold, ice cold. I mean, just frigid conditions. I mean, for late December, where the average high is probably into the lower 40s or so, we're probably a good 10, 15 degrees on average below where we should be. 24 low into the teens. I wouldn't be surprised that that northwest section of the state and parts of the Hudson Valley probably put up some single digit numbers over the weekend, Saturday into Sunday into Christmas Day. Monday slowly warms up into the upper 20s to right around 30 or so. And then the warm up really doesn't take place until Wednesday, Thursday. But again, we're tranquil or quiet as far as any precip is concerned. So no real snow in the forecast. And looking at some of the longer range models from Johnny, looks like it's going to be getting even warmer for Friday into Saturday into New Year's Eve. I think we could be getting back into the lower 50s again, but we'll see if the precip will be inbound with that. So again, we thank Johnny for the forecast here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. So with that said, again, traffic is fairly quiet. So let's dial in our sponsors here. Don't want to forget them. Talk to my good friend. I have to actually stop by Ralph. I don't know whether maybe this evening. I have to see. Or maybe tomorrow. At the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery, 908-272-3000 is the phone number. And 22 North Avenue West in historic Cranford, New Jersey. CranfordVanillaBeanCreamery.com is the website for the greatest ice cream in the land. Go see our good friend Ralph. Again, he only has 2 days left for operations before the winter shutdown. So stock up on that ice cream now while you can. Again, he's open till 6 p.m. on Saturday evening. And then after that, it's lights out Johnny. We're shutting it down for the next couple months, getting into probably into early March. That's kind of now when Ralph comes back. He almost follows a baseball season, comes back for spring training. Well, spring training really starts like in the third week of February, but kind of almost follows a similar schedule. And his Mets are really just loading up with just massive amounts of talent. Incredible. Wow. It's going to be an amazing baseball season around these parts next year. So anyway, Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamer, once again, delicious ice cream. Get a out and get an ice cream cake for the winter. Keep it in the freezer. Just slice off a couple pieces in the middle of January and think warmer thoughts with colder ice cream. So again, Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. We thank Ralph for sponsoring the Tri-State Traffic Show. We also want to thank our friends over at The Shaved Cave, 1471 Ratton Road in Clark, New Jersey, not too far from the Cranford Vanilla Bean Creamery. 908-325-6283. Ask for my guy Omar for the best haircut in the land, as well as hot towel shaves and other manly grooming needs. It's a classic barber shop with a modern feel to it. Alex is the owner, proprietor of the Shaved Cave, opened up in 2020, so they're in their second season here. They've got TVs with the games on, so place is crowded. Seems like 24/7. He's just doing a booming business. The Shaved Cave there, right on the corner of Poplar Avenue and Raritan Road, 1471 Raritan Road, once again in Clark, 908-325-6283. Let's talk to you about here this morning. Let's go to, well, we want to go to Maxim Motor Cars. Let's bring them into the conversation. Had their website up just seconds ago. And there, oh, no. Oh, hey. Hi. There we go. 973-620-9060 Maxim Motor Cars, 303 West Clinton Street in beautiful Dover, New Jersey, Morris County. Conveniently located right on Route 15 between Routes 80 and Route 46. If you're looking for a quality, affordable vehicle, look no further than my friend Nick and his father Anthony for, again, a quality vehicle. Used prices are slowly coming down. So these are, look, I mean, average price of a new car is well over, I think now they're saying like close to $45,000, which is just, just mind blowing. You know, day is like, something over 30,000 was like a Lincoln. Now Lincolns are going for like 60. So let's see, how many cars does he have now? He's got 3, 6, 7, 8, and I think a couple are sold. So there's 7. Ford sold, so he's 8. So he's down to 6 cars. It's a very small lot. A bunch of Subarus here he has. He's got the Honda S2000, maybe for a collector. That's a nice piece there. Some of these cars have some higher mileage. Not going to lie to you there. You can see it 164,000 miles in the Pontiac G8 base. Accident reported, but mechanically it is sound. So your station car. The G8s were based on the Holden Commodore from Australia. It was actually imported from Australia, so this is technically kind of an Australian car. This one's only the V6. It's not the V8. This is the again the V6. Sure is fairly quick as well. This was like one of the first Pontiacs that actually had the touch screen in it. Blaupunkt. It's got the windows on the center console. And heated seats too. Wow. This car has been around. I mean, he's been on. A car has been on this lot for quite some time. Highway mileage or what the story is. Let's see what the description is very quickly. Overview. XM. Interesting. Let's see here. Accident reported. Free Carfax report. Bring it up. It does. 2 previous owners. So this is what you want to do is, look for these Carfax reports. Now again, this stuff isn't gospel either, but it gives you an indication if, something happened. See, I'm thinking here. I mean, the car was only in service, had almost 5,000 miles in 3 months service. I have a feeling this may have been like a program car, or the dealer, the owner of the dealership, or potentially maybe from GM, one of the test vehicle, not test vehicles, or press vehicles, that kind of thing, because it was only in service 3 months and then it got sold at auction to place in Nanuet, New York, in Rockland County. Uh, and it's made a journey here from January January 20th, 2009 to May. Ended up in titled in New Jersey. So that's when the second owner bought it. It's been in the tri-state area for quite a bit of time, and it's been serviced here all at the all at Grand Prize of Nanuet. It says, see, this is the other thing too. It says accident reported. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's been major collision. I mean, it hit a curb. So front right was banged up just a bit. Looks like it was serviced. The oil change is serviced every 5,000 miles. Really just meticulously serviced as far as the oil changes are concerned at the 10-minute oil lube in Westwood. I guess that's a good place to go up in Bergen County, because this owner really continually did that. And then it ended up at Nielsen Chevrolet in Dover, which is just down the street from Nick. So it looks like it's been very well maintained as far as the oil, fluids, and service. I mean, meticulously maintained. So, and again, the accident is from the Carfax, but if it only hit the curb, we'll go back to the photos here. No. Photos. Let's see. Again, I'm meticulous with vehicles, but I mean, if this is where the curb was hit, this is, I mean, you have to really look up close with a microscope in order to see what the damage was, because I mean, that is just, I mean, that car with 164,000 miles. I mean, you're not looking to probably enter this in car shows, although maybe you could. I don't know. I mean, if you clean it, it looks like it's clean. Maybe some engine cleaning here and so forth. Really solid detail and some paint correction or whatever. But $7,900. Maybe it's still got another 50,000, 100,000 miles in it. Gets from point A to point B. So there you go. Maxim Motor Cars, LLC.com. Finish up here with our good friend Darley Newman. Where's the pictures? There it is. There's our good friend Darley. Travels with Darley on PBS Create, Amazon Prime, Wonder Woman Innovation TV's Journey. Actually, just watching their show yesterday afternoon on NYC TV, Channel 25. That was at 1:30 and then 5:30 on PBS Create on Wednesday. So Wednesdays is the double feature of Travels with Darley. Was Darley actually? Now that I think about it, I think she was in France. I don't remember what. I caught the last 3 minutes of the program. But Travels Darley, wonderful program, travel program, one of the best out there. And what really sets her show apart from a lot of the other travel programs, again, darley-newman.com is the website, is the local end of things. She gets a local tour guide, somebody she knows or she gets in contact with, local restaurant, local bar, local place to do some adventure, some bike riding, hiking, hot air ballooning. As you can see here, this is from Santa Fe. So that really sets it apart, and she really gets that local. Everything is about being a local for Darley in the destinations she goes, and that's just fantastic because that's what you really want to know. And she also gives you a little bit of a history lesson as well. So wonderful program. Darley, wonderful person, and hope to get her on the show sometime next month to talk to us about season 10 and talk to us about Travels with Darley, how it all got started, her background. And if you have any questions you'd like me to ask Darley, please send it and just put in the title, subject line, questions for Darley. and we'll pass those along to her when we set this interview up. I should sort of look at the dates here and see what may work. But again, Travels with Darley. Thank Darley for being a sponsor from day one. And again, we thank her so much for helping us out here on the Tri-State Traffic Show. And again, she's all over the world. There's a shot of her in Turkey. This is a shot of her in Santa Fe with a cool hat. And as I said, she's always got some sort of fun hat. That's Bordeaux, France. This is Quebec, another hat and costume and outfit changes. Darley is a master of all hats, right? I got some hat collection. She should write like a pop-up book with hats and Darley's hats. I don't know. It doesn't sound very creative, the show title, but anyway, that's our good friend Darley Newman. Again, darley-newman.com for more information. All right, so we've got 25 minutes left in the broadcast. Let's do the whip around. We'll run it around again here this morning. As far as our traffic patterns, thank you for dialing us up here. Connor, Alexandra, Anna, the G-Man, Pam, everyone dialing in here this morning. Let's bring that back to the conversation. So 17 now, south, north of Central Road on Paramus. The shoulder is out. This broken down vehicle, I still don't see it there. Imagine if that was the case along 287, that would be creating more of a problem than anything else. But really the big issue, the biggest thing so far is going to be Route 10 this morning. The direction coming up to Whippany Road with the water main break still being cleared. So if you're heading out to Bear this morning, you have to be in the office by 9. You got to give yourself some extra travel time. Hopefully you're on your way. And again, just be careful coming off of 287 onto eastbound Route 10. We're not back as far as the quick check there in South Jefferson in front of Hanover Police, but could get there, fairly, it's probably going to wait a good 10 plus minutes or so going east along Route 10. Now, I could take Jefferson Road on over to B Meadow Parkway, which would be off of Parsippany Road. You could do that. There's also, you could get off at the next exit here at 40 or 41 Parsippany Road and come down that, and that would shave a little bit of time off of here. But I really think this Parsippany Road to B Meadow Parkway, you have to travel east of that, then bring it down to Troy Hills Road, I think is going to be the operative play here. And then come in here towards the Lexus on Route 10. Good old Lexus of Route 10. Actually was looking at East Hanover. I want to wish happy holidays to my good friends, the Wetzels out there in East Hanover. Give them a call, see how they're doing. Great people. They're into the almost mid to late 80s or so. I don't know if their daughter is coming back this way with the baby or not, but hopefully. Anyway, I digress. Parsippany, Troy Hills, Denville. Again, it's quiet out here, friends. I mean, there's not a whole lot of action here. What we haven't done is the Hudson River crossings, and that usually is a telltale sign of what we got cooking. 15 to 20 here at the George, like 10 at both the Lincoln and Holland. There's just nobody out here. Let's go to city incident page. Yep. Spin this camera around. They did. There's the broken down vehicle. Broken down tractor trailer on the ramp from the northbound Deegan really the ramp to the westbound cross Bronx to the outbound George. See it here. This is the Washington Bridge. This is the Alexander Hamilton Bridge. So this is going to be broken down tractor trailer. Then heading north on the Deegan looks to be a little bit heavy here, merging in. So I don't know if something happened there. Let's. Yeah, it's really this common ramp that brings the Deegan together to get onto the cross Bronx to the outbound George, as you saw it there. That is where our broken down tractor trailer remains. So we got a tow on scene. So there for a little while. It's going to take some time in order to get that out of the way for us. So we'll widen up the maps this morning and then still cross Bronx both ways at 3rd Ave is heavy. Getting onto the elevated section through the construction on the Bruckner is busy. Throgs Neck now is heavier than the Whitestone. North on the Bruckner extension on over to the Hutch. That's going to be crowded. Southbound side of the FDR Drive here at the RFK, that's busy. It looks like there may be a crash on the FDR. So let's just bring that in. See, it's pretty jacked. Don't see anything there. 111th is fine. 96th, that looks pretty good. So whatever it is, looks like it may have just been cleared. West on the Grand Central at LaGuardia, north on the BQE at the Grand Central is heavy. Ed Koch, really heavy here on the upper level. Midtown Tunnel's about 10, 12 minutes or so. Southbound BQE or heavy here as you head south of the LIE all the way out to the Brooklyn Bridge. Inbound Gowanus is just a parking lot all the way through the Prospect to the Brooklyn Bridge. Just avoid this altogether. So is the inbound Prospect. Our crash, though, cleared at 7th Ave. West on the Belt is heavy, actually both ways in the Cropsey Avenue, and then through the long-term construction at Richmond Avenue on the Staten Island Expressway is heavy. Bayonne, Outerbridge, Goethals, all good. West Shore Expressway, we're fine. Both ways of the Van Wyck, heavy here out by Hillside Avenue. East LIE, Grand Central, heavy at the Clearview. Both ways of the Cross Island, we're busy here in Hillside Avenue as you approach into the Northern State. Let's bring in the Long Island incident page. Icing on Highway. Okay. Out here at 64. So yeah, so could be obviously they're saying a little bit of icing, but for the most part, Long Island is fine. West on the LIE is heavy here at the Northern State. Let's bring in the state cameras. That's way out here, but through the Hamptons. That's what that icing condition is. So let's bring in Connecticut incidents now. Northbound 95, they already set up road work at 8:43. I think they're trying to get this road work in before the weather goes down the drain. Southbound Route 8, 7 to 5. Again, I don't think there's any road work tomorrow with the getaway. They're usually pretty good about doing that. Maybe it's a little heavy into 5, 6 with that construction setting up. And then southbound Route 8, right at the 25 merge, is going to be slammed. Nope. Cameras. I'm going to see this road work on 95. Because no recordings exist. Where are you, road work? Add work. Probably cameras 11 and 12 are going to show it. Okay. So just kind of look for that, but not really causing that much of a backup. Lower Westchester, we're good. Bronx River Parkway looks to be a little tied up. Getting out to McLean Avenue. What the deal is there, man? What's the deal? Just see if there's a camera here. Look like there is a camera on the Bronx River Parkway. Well, there is here in Mount Vernon. What all that is? Hey now, good old fisheye lens. Load the fisheye. All right, so nothing there. Let's just bring in the Hudson Valley incidents. Wow, Hudson Valley, no matching records. That's got to be a first. So we widen up the Hudson Valley, and look at this. Everything is clear. 84, Thruway, 684, Route 9, 6, Brewster, Thruway. Again, all is in good shape. All right, we'll save transit to after weather. Let's bring that in now from our friend Jon Rocco over at the Rutgers Weather Centre. Over at the Weather Center. So let's take a look at what we've got now, ladies and gentlemen. Weather headlines here. Conditions going downhill later this morning and afternoon. Heavy rain, gusty winds through tonight into Friday, and rain showers still hanging around Friday. Drastic temperature drop causing an ice threat. So look for that. So now it's basically just cloudy out there this morning throughout the tri-state. So kind of the calm before the storm. I know that cliche has been used a gazillion times, but what it is. So we're looking at green lights across the board for the morning ride. We're still dry, but this evening's commute goes right to red. Big time impacts from this rain, increasing wind. You know, we could certainly see that coastal flooding potential out there, you know, along the Jersey Shore, Seabright, South Shore, Long Island, probably could be into the Rockaways, maybe some of the inner waterways of in towards Newark. So Passaic River. So again, we got to be careful here when you travel. So these are the storm impacts that Jon is forecasting. So the rain is going to start to roll in from the south to the north through lunchtime into this afternoon. Worst of the rain and wind is from late this afternoon into the overnight, and coastal flooding is possible as well. Now, rain totals could push 2+ inches in certain areas. Wind gusts of up to 40 to 50 miles per hour. That could be a problem. So, you know, if you have your holiday decorations outside, maybe just give it the once over here this morning just to kind of shore up things for the next 24 hours. So you don't have the blow up Santa take it off down the street. Concern that I have is with the fact that it's going to get very, very warm for this time of the year. I mean, we'll get into that in a second, but you know, temperatures going from the 50s to 40s Friday morning, then plunging into freezing territory into the afternoon. Brief break of the precip Friday morning. Squall line could end as a little bit of snow throughout some parts of our area by mid-morning to early afternoon on Friday. Then single digits and teens Friday night feels like it's below zero. So now let's get into those temperatures. What I'm saying is that today's highs are going to be into the mid-50s. So the ground is going to slowly warm up to a degree. Now, with all that rain going to saturate the ground, I mean, maybe that is a good thing that the ground, again, we really haven't had a whole lot of rain here in the last week or two. Maybe that's a good thing that it that it warms up the ground, and it almost acts like the grass and the dirt almost act like a sponge and slowly absorb a lot of that water. If it was closer to the freezing mark and that ground is almost like rock hard, rock solid, that it's almost like hitting concrete. The rain just got nowhere to go onto the grass. But anyway, so my concern is with the winds kicking up is that some of our trees, now again, there's no leaves on the trees. This is different from like a springtime storm where the leaves are the biggest problem because they add weight to the branches, but no leaves on the trees. The wind just goes straight through. The wind just goes straight through the trees. So hopefully we won't see too much in the way of downed trees. But again, those roots being loosened up with the rain and could maybe pose some problems for some trees around our area and wires and so forth. So good idea to get that kit, your home prep kit. And it's probably, well, I'm not saying it's too late, but if you get a Home Depot, whatever, maybe get one of those little portable power stations to have on hand, just to continuously charge your cell phones and so forth, and just run your computer if you have to, or run some other possible appliances and so forth. But again, it's probably a good idea start thinking about that. Not for this storm, maybe for another one in the future. Anyway, I digress. And also, again, the PSA, as Anna well knows, about cleaning out those storm drains that are in front of your house in your parking lot so that water can get out of the way. So tonight, temps are actually rising. And as I said earlier in the broadcast, I would imagine that it's certainly possible, the potential's out there that early Friday morning, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, that somewhere I'm thinking along the Jersey Shore in South Jersey could hit 60. It's certainly possible, maybe even all the way up towards Monmouth County, but we'll see about that. So the weather threats, just have to get really through the next like 30 plus hours or so with the showers, the wind, and the fast falling temperatures. And after that, as you see in the 7-day, we are clear and dry and cold for the Christmas holiday weekend. Again, temps rising to mid 50s to maybe again around 60, and then just plunging right off the cliff, kind of like Thelma and Louise at the end of the movie, or Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I'm not sure, but straight down the drain, straight down the Bemis, as the late great Bobby Heenan would say. It's going to be fairly dramatic. Hopefully there'll be enough of a break in the window of our precip to when the rain stops, to when the back end of this system tails on through, potentially force a little bit of a dusting to a coating of snow. So, see if that happens. And if we get that 2 to 3 hour window where the wind kicks up and can dry the roads, that would certainly be of benefit to everyone, because it doesn't take a whole lot for the rubber to come unglued from the road with a little bit of moisture. Just have to break the surface tension and you're off skating. So please plan your travels accordingly the next 24 hours. But again, as you see, it's we're in the freezer here for the rest of the weekend, so you can kind of use nature's refrigerator freezer, so to say, to keep your holiday cakes and pies and assorted adult beverages out on the veranda. No need to tie up the fridge or the freezer of any type. Just leave it outside. Should be good. Put it in the grill and close the grill cover, right? But then as you get into early next week, start to thaw out a little bit. 35 Tuesday, 39 Wednesday, 40 on Thursday. And looking at some of the longer range stuff, looks like it may even get closer to 50 again a week from today, Friday, Saturday. So we'll see how New Year's Eve is going to show up and play out. So we want to thank John for the forecast here this morning. He'll have our forecast. He'll have our forecast again for the New Year's Eve holiday. That'll be populated with a 7-day coming up tomorrow. Let's see now. Let's go back to our maps. We got about another 5 minutes or so. Connor says, time to defrost my car. Yes, sir. He says, Don, do you know anything from yesterday's afternoon report from Route 1 North from North Brunswick to Edison? I do not, Connor. I was tied up in some meetings yesterday and a luncheon, so I was kind of dialed out for the most part. Same thing with the turnpike. Sorry, bud. I don't know what happened there. I was busy with a couple other projects here yesterday. So, yeah, so unfortunately, I don't have much information to pass along to you at this point. But again, volume for the most part is down. It's really just normal Bacchanal traffic getting through the city. This 1-9 thing has got me a little concerned here along Tunnelly Ave. Let's southbound north of 11. Let's close out of this. Refresh the MTA. Let's see where we're at here. It's already up. Wow. 2-3 A, C, B, and D, all with delays. Northbound 2-3 trains running with delays after NYPD conducted an investigation to Central Park North. A, B, C, D trains running with delays both directions address the switch problem at 145. Go to the rails. Delays here in the Far Rockaway. Penn 805 delayed. Inwood because of a late train ahead. And Metro North is on or close. So let's dial this in now. Northeast Corridor, 9 a.m. Jersey Ave. Departure is canceled due to mechanical issue. Watch for that. Path trains. Nothing going on there. So that's welcome news, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I think we're going to wrap it up here now. Again, just barely. I'm sorry. There we go. Hi. Ooh, mess. But wearing the Hawaiian shirt here just for the fact that maybe just think warm thoughts, right? Across the board. And again, there is no New Jersey morning show this morning. This side doesn't. Look on the user end here on YouTube and Facebook. I think I have a little bit of a false sense of what the picture looks like. I can't see the actual YouTube feed because the computer just. So anyway, I want to thank Connor, the G-Man, Anna, Alexandra, as always. Thanks for letting me know about the mic issues, and Pam as well. I don't know how that happened with the mute button. I don't know why that got muted. I never even, unless there's a shortcut on the keyboard that I accidentally hit, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm glad we ended up finding it. I'm just trying to get the lighting right. Something happened with my lights here. I don't know. Like it's not bright enough. Too hot. That's a little better. I think the one light moved and was like hitting me right here in the temple. It's me and the G-Man back here. Look a little. Oh, look a little dark. The pictures here. Look a little bit dark. But anyway, we'll fix the set as well. So again, I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, drive safely later this afternoon. If I have time, I got to see what's going on here locally. We may come on later tonight just to get a handle to see if there's any flooding issues along the coastlines and any other issues that may arise. I potentially may have some interesting things happening for Friday, but we'll leave that as the tease, and I will let you know on Friday morning, hopefully, that will take place. Don't want to give any more information about that, but that should be a lot of fun if it does take place. Be real exciting for me to do that, work with two icons of New York media. So we'll leave it at that. So we'll see if that's something's going to happen on Friday. So anyway, have a terrific Thursday. Again, drive safely, be careful out there, and clean those storm drains out. Don't want your car flooded out with all of this weather inbound here today. All right, everybody, have a terrific Thursday. We'll see you